In this video, we are going to see how to communicate perfect continuous tenses. There are many who are speaking in English in the Eastern countries. They don't have enough of practice using, giving stress to wherever it is required, and also they don't have a bit of using intonation. So let us see how generally they are speaking and how it should be actually. There are many who are speaking that I have been finding a job for 2 months. Many are speaking in English that I have been finding a job for 2 months. Instead, group wherever it is required and give emphasis to verb and important words in the sentences. Instead of saying I have been finding a job for 2 months, say I have been finding a job for 2 months. Instead of saying I have been finding a job for 2 months, say I have been finding a job for 2 months. And in the question, instead of asking have you been finding a job for 2 months, have you been finding a job for 2 months, instead ask have you been. Give emphasis to have because it is pointing out the tense. So the one who is listening to us should know what is a tense, because in the Eastern countries they don't give stress to the important words for the tenses and for the verbs. So ask have you been finding a job for 2 months, have you been finding a job for 2 months. And in the past many are speaking that I had been finding a job for 2 months. I had been finding a job for 2 months. They don't give stress to had. It is crucial to give stress to had. So instead of saying I had been, say I had been. I had been finding a job for 2 months. I had been finding a job for 2 months. And in the questions, many are asking that. Had you been finding a job for 2 months? Had you been finding a job for 2 months? Instead, question, had you been finding a job for 2 months? Had you been? Give emphasis to had. Had you been finding a job for 2 months? Give emphasis to finding out. Had you been finding a job for 2 months? And in the future, there is a need to give stress to will. So, many are speaking that I will have been finding a job for 2 months. I will have been finding a job for 2 months. Instead say I will have been finding a job for 2 months. I will have been finding a job for 2 months. So here I am giving emphasis to will have, and again I am giving stress to finding out, and I am grouping for 2 months. So I will have been finding a job for 2 months. And in the question, many are asking that will have they been expecting you tomorrow? Will have they been expecting you tomorrow? Instead ask will have you been? Will have, give emphasis to will have. Will have you been expecting you tomorrow? Will have they been expecting you tomorrow? Let it be any subject. Will have they been expecting you tomorrow? So this is how we need to speak with enough of interest and with stress and intonation to make the listener very interesting and to get their cooperation. I will come up with what is next in the next video.